Welcome to Resourced and Resourceful Leadership, a podcast for people who care about the world and their impact in it. I'm Dr. Christine Pettit, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you. I'm recording this episode on my friend Megan's birthday. Happy birthday, Megan. Megan is one of the fancies from my friend group that dubbed ourselves the Fancy Mondays and has been meeting for food and adventure through the good times and the hard times for over 8 years. Most of the audio for this episode was recorded on my phone on the evening of Monday, January 26th, a few days after Susanna, another member of the Fancy's birthday. I had a hard time editing this episode because it involved a few more steps than my average episode, whether it's just me talking into the microphone or interviewing someone over Zoom. I think I was also feeling a bit precious about it, like I wanted it to be beautiful. I wanted to get it right. But that's the thing. Each one of the fancies has strengthened the belief in me that things don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. So this one's for you, Alma, Megan, and Susanna, and for me, and for all of you listening. May you find your people and nurture those connections. So we begin with me in the car on my way to meet the fancies for dinner.
All right, I'm driving to meet the fancies in typical Christine fashion. I'm actually not doing too bad on ETA. I'm going to be there about a minute later than we're supposed to, but that doesn't include me. And I wonder, usually parking is pretty bad. I'm on my way to meet the fancies at a restaurant called Ellie's. It's super yummy, and they're having a Monday supper tonight. I actually didn't check if this was one of their prefix meals, but they were doing a Monday supper that was a prefix, but super reasonable in terms of the price, and so that's always fun. And it's also fun because it's actually on a Monday, and the name of our group is the Fancy Mondays, aka the Fancies, because I think maybe the Monday started because we all met in Leadership Long Beach, and Monday was the Leadership Long Beach day, and then often we arranged to go out as a class, and so that was kind of a standing, Monday, we would go out. That was once a month. And then the Fancy Mondays started about a year and a half after we graduated from Leadership Long Beach. And I think, Susanna, we had all connected on some level, but I was definitely in my own world with having a baby and all of that good stuff in 2017. So new mom life. But at some point I saw that Alma, Megan, and Susanna had done something like gone out to lunch or dinner, and something that my partner Renee and I would joke about. He would say, if I would go out to lunch, like lunch. And honestly, that's probably from some meme or TV show or comedy bit, because that's kind of the way those things work in his brain. So he'll say, I like lunch. Hey, why didn't you invite me? Even if it's just kind of a joke, it wouldn't be something that you're expected to. So I think one of them posted on Instagram or something like that, and I had a little FOMO, and I commented, I like dinner, or I like lunch, or whatever it was. And then, I don't know, maybe a few months later, Susanna invited us out to celebrate her birthday. I can't remember if that was the occasion, but it was in January, and so I think part of it was celebrating Susanna's birthday, and we went to Michael's. I feel like they were having some special, I don't know if it was restaurant week or something like that. Michael's on Michael's. And it's a nice place, a nice dinner. And right away, we dug into sharing things. I think at that point, I was maybe newly not a vegetarian or like right on the cusp of not being a vegetarian anymore, because I feel like it was very easy for us to share plates, and there was probably a mix of food. If I was still a vegetarian, there was maybe one thing I couldn't eat, but I'm pretty sure already at that point I wasn't a vegetarian. So anyway, we had lovely dinner, and it was like, it's nice to go out on a Monday and very unexpected. And so we ended up scheduling to go out 2 months later and on a Monday. And so then we did that pretty much every 2 months until COVID hit. We would go out on a Monday and kind of rotate the different restaurants we went to. We also took the fancies on the road. Megan was talking about how there's a artisan cheese festival, or there was an artisan cheese festival up in Santa Rosa, and one of her friends was going to go with her, and we were all like, when is it? We're going to go. So we might have displaced her friends. I think she was like on the fence, and anyway, in April of 2019, we went to Santa Rosa. We did a road trip and went to the Artisan Cheese Festival, and oh my gosh, we laughed, and we learned that Susanna has a real skill of mapping out a plan for how to maximize the activities of, like, get the wine in, get the cheese in, get the things, and, like, take a break and all that. She was really good at helping us navigate this place she had never been before, but she came up with a game plan. Awesome. So that was a lot of fun. It was also meaningful to me. It was supposed to be my first overnight away from Ellie, and it was a couple days. It was supposed to be, but my mom's health was declining, so I ended up going up to Oregon to see her in February instead. I mean, she was all right, but that ended up being my first overnight, so just to, like, really get a read on what was going on with my mom. But a few months later, we hit the road and went up to Santa Rosa. It was awesome. So, like I said, we were meeting up for dinner every 2 months until COVID hit, right up until probably too far into what would soon be the beginning of COVID shutdowns. And we actually met the Monday before, like the Monday of the week, but by Friday, everything shut down in LA County, where we're at. So yeah, that was an interesting night, and kind of, I guess, the last hurrah for a while. And so we had some kind of like overnights in the mix, and then our regularly scheduled dinners, or like we would go, I think we went to LA once, just mostly stay in Long Beach. But when COVID hit, we definitely took a break. We did an online Zoom at some point, and we did some, when it felt safer, we started doing some outdoor gatherings. So anyway, for the special group, we are not on a regular, like, 2-month cadence per se, but I feel like we don't let it go too long. And yeah, we don't always meet on Mondays, but tonight we are. We have kind of not a regular every 2 months, but we have things we do now. We have traditions. We usually get together before the holidays and often exchange presents.
Well, I got really lucky because although, yellow curb starts at 6 and it is 5:30. Right in front of that was a 30-minute green curb that only goes until 6 p.m. But oh my goodness, there's another spot here. Wow. All right, I guess it's just early enough for the street to not be full. So I'm walking to the restaurant now. I have Alma's present from the holidays because she wasn't able to make it this year, which was sad for us, but I'm excited that we're getting together tonight. Okay, I check in with the host and I'm walking to our table where Susanna and Alma are already seated when I run into someone I know from a board I work with. I say hello to her, and then Alma, Susanna, and I say hello and appreciate each other's cuteness and presence for a moment while we're waiting for Megan. Hey. You all look cute, buttoned up.
But then I got super hot at work, so I took off the lid.
Yeah, it can get really cold here. And then I was like, we're not sitting inside, right? There's no way.
I was like, it's good.
I feel like I haven't seen y'all like in ages, like a year. This is what it feels like.
I know. Well, you've had like a year and like 20 days or whatever, 26 days. Yeah. Thank you. They're fun, huh? I got them before the Cottonwood event at the Rancho. Yeah, so I was like, got my outfit and I was like, these are cute. Yeah.
They look like hydrangeas.
Yeah, I think I like maybe it's dogwood or something like that.
Like a good dogwood,
Yeah. I don't really know what they look like.
I know.
I'm like, I'll have to check it out.
I only know because of last summer in New York. We didn't have anything getting money, so we went to like the botanical garden a lot. And we were like, dogwood is my favorite. Like started going actually more.
Nice. At this point, Megan has joined us. She's usually one of the first to arrive, so it's a different sort of day, a different vibe. We appreciated her cuteness as well. And what you hear now is Megan is filming some content for LBC Vibe, which you should totally go check out if you're in the Long Beach area. They're on Instagram and online, on the web, the World Wide Web, and share about different food, but also cool spots and things to do in Long Beach. So she's doing that. I have my phone on the table to record parts of our dinner conversation. And here we're talking a little bit about the podcast.
I seen Christine's page when I logged.
Right? I was like, how rad is that?
On my big TV, I was like, look at her. It like, makes me smile. I'm like,
What? It's so cool.
you have such a radio voice.
Thank you.
And so I've been imagining your podcast with the little sounds of us like in the background, like quietly, and you talking over it. I like did a whole imagination of what it was going to be. I did a whole fantasy.
Like,
I don't
do I
know.
need to soften my voice for this?
No, like she'll turn it down, and then she'll be like, "So this is the fancies." We'll be like, "Ha ha ha, champagne," and da, da, da. Like,
And then you have to make the sound in the background.
right.
And if you need us to record, we can come in.
Okay. Thank you.
Sound effects.
I'm like, it's just my iPhone, so, we'll see. But I record on my iPhone.
Live pouring really
Right.
close.
Yes, ASMR. Yes. Oh my God. Love it all. Love it all.
So it reminds me of Amy Poehler. Her. I watched the one with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, you did?
It was hilarious.
Wait, so it's a
how the internet-
podcast, but
She
you
does
watch
not
it?
edit. I
Some
really
people
appreciate
post it
her.
on YouTube like that.
Right.
I watch
I've
on
never
YouTube.
actually watched a podcast.
Mine, I pretty much just do the recording now. I don't do the
Yeah.
video.
I
Yeah.
can hear the audio even if the
Yeah.
video, sometimes just listen to it while
Yeah, so I have a few where I just did the video, but then I was like, I don't want to worry about editing it and what I look like and all of that.
This is why I respect Amy Poehler, because she's interviewing Gwyneth Paltrow. Straight up, serious face. I was like, oh, how was it filming Cold Mountain?
Oh, yeah, and then she was like, I didn't do that.
Movie. She was like, you didn't do that movie? And she was like, that was Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, thanks, research team.
She like kept it. She edited it out.
She put it as part of her intro.
It was really funny.
That's awesome.
I was like, I could understand that mistake.
Yes.
I was like, it
But
felt
that makes
right.
but that's so important to people right now, and I think especially with AI and everything, like authenticity is really.
It's like it can't be too polished.
Yeah.
That's why she won the Golden Globe.
won
Yeah.
Because now they're doing
Was that Emmy or?
No, I think it is Golden Globe.
Okay.
Because that's in January.
Girl, why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was like, why are you looking at me like I don't even watch them, so I don't know.
I think Golden Globe does everything, like movies and
Yeah, I think it was
TV.
the first
Oh,
year
okay.
they were doing it.
Okay, so she was telling us about the wine pairing. Is that what she was telling? Okay, got it.
That goes with the, and then we choose.
So we'll do one of each pasta, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a pairing.
Okay.
And then there's 3 potential,
Yeah,
Entree.
let's talk entree.
because we each get an entree. So we get 4 entrees. So we can
Okay.
do a combo.
You're kind of an expert. Look at you. Look at you.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm here for it.
I was
like
sitting
it.
here for 15 minutes thinking if I gave one.
Oh.
I'm like, yes, I want to eat everything.
That's funny.
Oh, I love that.
But I think last time we did the duck and we didn't eat a lot of it.
We didn't
Well,
eat a
didn't
lot.
it?
Yeah.
Duck is not your.
Oh, I'm okay. I like that.
Okay.
I
thought you made
try.
really rich.
I try not to eat it.
Thought you
It's
made
true.
a promise to a
Oh,
duck.
I did. Okay, you did hear me right. I did make a promise to a duck in France. Oh, well, it was a whole family of ducks.
Yeah.
And I said, I won't eat you unless you're on a prefix.
That is out of my hands.
No, I said, I said that's the one time. So you're right. I don't.
Okay.
What? Who does that? That's so good. I remember.
I get to add a footnote to
Right.
my commitment.
I think it was because maybe we were at the Heritage and there was duck on it.
Oh,
And I think that's where we
we talked about it because I was like, whatever's on the menu is what that's the one commitment I made. No matter how weird or how whatever. So I'm good with whatever we want to do.
That clip definitely gives you a flavor of how our conversation winds from topic to topic, while we also focus on the task at hand, picking our food. Very important. I also love how Amy Poehler's podcast gets another shout out here, how the importance of authenticity is surfaced, and how Susanna lays out the game plan, just like I talked about as I was giving you the fancy history. In this case, we each had the prefix meal, but selected different entrees so we could share. And after a little back and forth, asked the server to advise us on which of the entrees we should double up on.
Yeah, we'll definitely get 3, like one of each, and then we were trying to think which double we should take of the entree. And we had a recommendation of like
Double of the entree?
oh, because she said
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna share everything.
I'd say the duck. The duck is phenomenal.
Okay.
You guys,
Yeah.
let's do it.
All right.
Two duck, 1 salmon, and 1 steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave one of the menus for you guys to kind of just follow along with what you're
okay, perfect.
having. And then the wine pairing. Wine pairing?
Yeah.
While I'm sharing the fanciest parts or the most celebratory parts of the dinner with you, I also want to share that as we are talking about these things, we are also just acknowledging the weight of things that we're experiencing. So this is January 26th. It's 2 days after Alex Pretty has been murdered. Just 19 days after Renee Nicole Good. And we're seeing the ice raids impact communities that we're part of, communities that we care about, people, as we're having these conversations. And I'm not sure exactly, like, this isn't totally a chronological accounting of the night, but I just want you to know the depth that is here as well. We have folks who run organizations who support immigrants and people with immigrant parents and parent-in-laws or in-loves, and just are talking about the realities of that, how people are navigating, how organizations are responding, and just the heaviness that we're carrying as well. We're also talking about personal loss and love and expectations and relationships. And we're talking about work and not being supported at work in some cases. And so there's a lot of depth here as well, in addition to the glasses clinking and the laughter. And I mean, all of that is important as well. It's healing, really, and it's just restorative. So that's a piece of it. And then the server comes by with the champagne bottle and pops the cork. We can at least get our glasses clinking. I'll reenact the cork popping later.
We're living our NPR dream.
Okay, let me do a little video.
Okay.
I think it's our ninth year.
It's
We
8.
started our fancies with your birthday
Wait.
at my school.
But in
It was 2018.
We always sit together, huh? Because you guys are all.
We always fight, but you know when I had Ellie, it was January 11th. Yeah. So it was the next year. Yeah.
Okay.
I shouldn't say we fight, but we're always a year
I
off.
misremember every time.
All right.
I think we talked about it last
Year
year.
8.
So
Yeah.
go in there like there. Yeah.
Okay. And then go back?
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, let's do a serious toast instead
Okay.
of the
Yes, thank you. Thank
Birthday,
you.
Susanna.
Oh,
All right.
Keep your fees at least,
So
and then
good.
get out of your way for your toast.
Thank you.
All
To our
right.
birthday girl.
Yes. Cheers.
So glad to see you all.
And to 8 years of fancies. Yes.
8 years, insane. It feels like it's only been 3.
And it feels like we've known each other
A lifetime.
Yes. So when I was driving over here, I was recounting the fancy history as I know it. I remember it. So it was like 10 minutes of me talking through, like.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yeah.
Just post a picture of us.
Yes.
Send it to you.
Yes. Always.
That was our first.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So much is happening.
Yay. Oh shoot. Yeah. Oh good. We're like paired up appropriately. We balance each other out. Yeah.
Oh, because we go this way? Is that what
No,
we
we're
do?
going this
We
way.
go this way, okay.
Susanna and I are the heavy hitters.
Whoever eats with me is going to eat a lot.
Yeah. We're the heavy hitters.
Forget all those muscles you had.
Oh,
yes.
never.
The bottomless
I miss that
muscles.
place.
The bottomless muscles.
Cheers.
Cheers again. Oh my God.
Yes.
I love it. I'm really
Yes.
We're so focused, we're like quiet now.
I know. I'm
It's meditative.
rarely do we get that quiet at dinner, but I think we all just needed a moment, and the food was really good. I had just been running the weekend before and was just looking forward to getting to dinner so I could relax with them. And wow. In the midst of that conversation, LBC Vibe hit 19,000 followers, so that was really exciting. And then here we are starting to wrap up the meal. We get dessert. You'll hear all about the description. Super yummy. We're wishing Susanna a happy birthday and celebrating 8 years of the fancies, which I am keeping close tabs on. And then we talk a little bit about COVID and just like our interactions right before COVID, as I was talking about how we went out that Monday before, but the dessert made us remember how we started out really cautious. I mean, we still did not know what was fully coming, but we started out cautious, and then by the end of the night, we were like sharing drinks with one another.
Should we sing happy birthday? Happy birthday.
You don't want to blow the candle?
Why are you not blowing it?
Oh, because, you know.
The spit?
Because it's brewing that coffee for us. But
For the chocolate one, we have a chocolate budino. It's a semi-sweet chocolate custard with a little espresso in the base, dollop of whipped cream, and then some peanuts on top with flaky salt. In the middle, we have a buttermilk panna cotta with a little raspberry coulis and crushed sugar cookie crumble for dessert.
So good.
Let's go in.
All right. All of the
You're like, I'm not blowing it, but we're sharing.
Yeah, like what?
it's like before the shutdown, and we
What?
shared our germs.
So that's what I was just, when I was driving, I was like, and then we like, because we would meet pretty much every 2 months on a Monday.
Yeah.
Until COVID. And then we even met, I was like, we met the Monday before everything shut down. And I didn't talk about how we
Did like a
also shared drinks.
Oh my god.
It's like, let's all.
We also did like Korean spa day.
Well, that was, yes. I mean,
That was when you
knew that COVID was, but
Right.
we were like,
I remember Susanna and I got there first.
we were still
And
like,
we were sanitizing our hands. Like, we were acting so crazy. And by the end of the night, we were like, hanging out
sharing
with each other,
drinks.
like, I don't know what happened. Like, we were like, oh, we were freaking out. And then all of a sudden, we're like,
do that, but when this one came back from actually
Yeah, I know.
experiencing it, we're like, let's go to the Korean spa, be naked together.
we did. We stayed in our hotel rooms. We all got, like,
yeah.
you don't know till you know.
Yeah.
We're like, that's Susanna, what's going on over there?
And she's like super scary, like knew how to get diverted somewhere and all kinds of shit. We stayed up in
Everybody
LA.
can't believe it was very nasty. Come back here.
Yeah, where did you get diverted through?
So we were supposed to fly to China.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh,
no,
okay.
we're not going through China.
Yeah.
And would you remember we went to Trader Joe's and bought like all Trader
Yeah.
Joe's? It was so fun. It was so fun.
So we were really living it up until just a few days before the shutdown began. And you know, I just want that context out there, as we really didn't know what to expect or how serious things were. We literally, when we shut our offices, it was going to be for 2 weeks, right? To stop the spread. Who knew? And then it was a long time until we were able to get together in person again. But this night of just recounting that night and our trip to the Korean spa, and Susanna did have a little sneak peek because she had gone to Cambodia and then got rerouted. They were supposed to go through China and they were not able to do that because of COVID exposure in China at that time. But that was long before it had come to the United States that we know of anyway. Maybe not so long, but before it was documented. All that to say, the dinner we had that March of 2020 was not so different than this dinner that we had in January of 2026, which is kind of amazing thinking about all that we've been through and are still going through with the pandemic, with our political situation. Yeah. Now we get to the end of the evening, and I'm asking the fancies to reflect on what they appreciate about being a fancy.
So we're leaving our fancy dinner.
Okay, are you already ready?
Well, okay.
Serious faces on. Serious faces, everyone. Serious faces.
Okay, so you said, what do you appreciate about our fancy crew, Alma?
I was gonna say full acceptance for our conversations.
What about our conversations?
It could be anything about Schitt's Creek to the state of government affairs. It's pretty, it ranges.
Yes, we definitely have a range. Yes. Yeah, what about you, Susanna?
I think I'm very thankful to find strong women, especially in later life, and to have this type of relationship later in life, because I feel like a lot of times when you grow up, you're like in proximity with people and you just kind of have friends because they're near you. But I feel like we chose each other, and we're still choosing each other each day to like have thoughtful, meaningful relationships. So
That's actually a really good point. Is this actively choosing this?
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were really strict about scheduling it. It was a commitment.
Yeah.
Like now it's kind of had its own rhythm.
Yeah.
But this was definitely a choice
Yeah.
that you work on.
because we're still busy, but we will make it work.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have said. Like, it's about the consistency, because we're all extremely busy, very strong, powerful, accomplished women who still stop every few months to make this time to be together. And I think we talk about things that are rarely talked about openly. Like, I think we talk about the things. Like, an example is like money. We talk about money, and I think that's a very taboo conversation. We talk about sex, we talk about love, we talk about relationships, we talk about family. Like, it's just, we talk about the things, and that makes it really special for me.
Yeah, and then also showing up doesn't mean you have to show up 100% all the time. So that's nice that I showed up, but maybe I'm at 10% this time, and that's completely okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be on.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
really nice.
Well, sometimes we meet up in our pajamas.
yes.
That's not unheard of. So
Right.
I love that too.
Stretchy
And
pants.
sometimes we show up really cute too.
Yes. Oh.
And we're open to experiencing new things together.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone on trips, and that's really special stuff.
We went through this whole thing where we'd label things like special
2.0,
edition,
Yeah.
trip,
Uh-huh.
Well,
Santa
and then we went to
Rosa.
we went to the cheese
the
festival.
Stinky Rose,
Oh,
Yes,
the
we
in
went
Stinky
to
LA.
Stinky
Rose.
Rose. We
the
went
cheese
to
festival.
Tijuana.
Yeah, we went to
We
Tijuana.
walked the border.
We did. We crossed the border.
And we encourage each other to get the gold.
Yeah.
But I think that's something too. Like, I think we push each other to have better for each of ourselves. Like, the fact that we had that, and we were like, we
Yeah.
need this. This is really important. And like, we just make each other
But
better.
we all have our own timelines, but we all have our global entry now.
We all came around.
It's time to revisit that again.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I love you guys.
Yeah.
I love you too.
I'm like,
Get your life head in here.
I know. I was like, I keep my head on.
That's why your hair is up. It's okay. I feel itchy now.
I know when we were talking about like fleas and lice.
It's hard. Yes.
Thank you for letting me.
We love you.
I was like, I have to do a fancy episode.
It's so fun. That was fun. That it was so improv. That was very.
Uh-huh.
We're like, oh, okay, this is happening.
I know. I was like, oh, what do we do?
I was like, well, might as well.
Yeah, no, do it. I think it is kind of, I think it's a good example for what people can like aspire to, like in their friendship.
All right, bye.
I have been listening back to the audio and editing and recording, kind of all mixed in together this afternoon and evening, and it's been really nice to just hear it back. There's a lot that didn't make it into this episode. Even there were parts I just didn't record of the conversation, but even a lot of what I recorded, I wanted to share the essence without necessarily sharing each conversation thread. So I hope that essence of commitment and friendship and love and support and joy, laughter, and also just seeing your friends and being seen, the value in that, the value of the effort, and also the ease of it too. I appreciate that. I appreciate being part of the Fancy crew because each one of them is an amazing woman and person, and I learn so much from each of them, and I feel like we support one another. I really get a lot of support and joy and permission to exist, to take care of myself, to take up space. I've gone through multiple hard times in my work life and life, and this group is always a support and a lifeline. So I'm just so appreciative of them. And I'm appreciative of you, dear listener. Thank you. I'm curious what resonated with you, what you would want to hear about in terms of the Fancies and the people who are part of it. I didn't do like a full introduction, though I do want to do interviews with each of them. So I will be sending out requests for that next. But yeah, thank you so much for listening in. And if you want to hear more of the Resourced and Resourceful Leadership podcast, please follow or subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. To support the show, please leave a 5-star review and share the show with a few people who you think would appreciate it. And please check out the link to SpeakPipe in the show notes. I'd love it if you left me a message about what stood out to you from this show or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes. Thanks again, and take good care.
I think about Christine going like, you can make it with me, I can't see you anyway. Like, she's like blind without her glasses, and I think it's so funny because I was like, you can still see something. Like, don't act like you can't see.